You always get free call.
I'm going to bring October 17th school board meeting to order. Stand and pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we get a roll call for attendance, please?
Mr. Poliafico?
Here.
Mr. Adamson? Mr. Parolo?
Here.
Mr. Ciccoletti?
Here.
Ms. Paglione? Mr. Rusin?
Here.
Mr. Cullen?
Here.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Here.
And Mr. DeMarcus?
Here. Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Second? Thank
Second.
you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Dr. Minetti?
Okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn it over to Evan to let him do his presentation first.
Hello, my name is Evan Banshee. I'm one of the project coordinators for the Bristol Borough School District's 21st Century Program. We have a video to go over summer program and then a PowerPoint to follow to go over any missing gaps that our rough draft video does not go over. So we're going to start off with the video.
Hi, I'm Stacy Tannum, and this is the 2019 Summer Stream Camp of Wonders. We create an atmosphere where kids come to learn and have fun in the arts, athletics, and academics to prevent the summer slide. Our staff consists of certified teachers in the classrooms for ELA and math, as well as small group tutoring sessions. We have college students that join us over the summer for some extra income, as well as employees that work with us all year long. This year we had almost 200 students register to come to our summer stream camp.
My favorite part about camp is math. My favorite part of camp is art.
In our academic classes, our students got to work on their summer reading projects and math packets to get them ready for next school year.
This camp is a great opportunity for students to practice their reading and writing and to collaborate with each other for fun and exciting activities. This camp is important for students to bridge from grade to grade because it prevents the summer slide, it keeps their reading level progressing forward, and it helps students practice the skills that they will need to be successful next school year.
Through 21st Century, we received extra funding for social-emotional learning and drug and alcohol prevention programs this year. We brought in community partners to work with our students on bully prevention and building friendships, and we worked with the Falls Township Police Department, the YWCA, NOVA, and the Peace Center.
My favorite part about the camp is performing arts.
We had almost 90 kids sign up for performing arts for their show Aladdin this year. Our students in athletics rallied together to play against the staff in a 3v3 tournament for the 5th through 8th grade and a student-staff kickball game for 1st through 4th. One of our main focus areas this summer was to help the students work on kindness and acceptance, which our staff worked really well with our kids in all areas, academics, recreation, and performing arts. We are so happy to be able to give our kids in this community a place to be safe, be fed, and have fun while they learn.
Good job.
Thank you. Very nice. So that was just a rough draft video. Obviously, we have so many clips of summer that we're trying to compile into a 2019 Summer Stream Camp of Wonders video. It just takes a lot of time compiling all those clips and videos to make it work well. So anything that we missed on the video, I'm going to go over in this PowerPoint briefly, starting out with our daily schedule. The Summer Stream Camp runs July 1st to August 8th, Monday through Thursday. We ran this year 8:30 in the morning to 2:30 p.m. with that last hour being dedicated to social emotional learning and drug and alcohol prevention programs. The camp was open for Bristol Borough School District 1st through 8th grade, and then St. Mark's 5th through 8th grade. This is a typical schedule that the students would see daily. The students will come in from 8:30 for a breakfast. At 9, they'll start their first academic session, whether it be ELA or math. At 11, they'll receive their lunch provided by the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, free of charge to the students and free of charge to us as well. At 11:30, they'll start their rec activity, whether that be performing arts or the sport of their choosing. And then, like I said, at 1 o'clock, they'll start their social emotional programs or their drug and alcohol programs, which I'll go further in details after this. And then at 2 o'clock, we get ready for dismissal. These are a list of our vendors that came in. Our summer program vendors consisted of Franklin Institute, Snipes Farm, Grundy Library, Cops and Kids, and the Bristol Borough Police Department. But also we had social emotional programs and drug and alcohol programs this year, and our vendors were John Yeager with the Falls Township Police Department, NOVA, the Network of Victims Assistance, the Peace Center, and the YWCA. As Stacy went over in the video, all students receive academics, whether it be in ELA and mathematics. They receive 45 minutes of each subject, but we also offer small group tutoring. For those students that need more intensive structure, we have tutors pull them out of the class and go to a smaller group where they can work on their DRA levels or math concepts that they're struggling in with the last year's academics. Also going back to academics, this year we implemented that students could work on their summer reading projects. Skip the one, sorry. Their summer reading projects were worked on in the ELA classrooms, and that was a huge success from the parents and teachers in the school year. There were students returning with their projects done and completed. It was just a fabulous idea from our principal, Ms. Kelly Rosado. So we really thank you for that idea. Field trips this year, we took 6 separate field trips at Snyder Girardi. 2 being to Silver Lake Nature Center, 1 for the 1st and 2nd graders, and then 1 for the 3rd and 4th. It was curriculum based on animals and plants. And then the 5th through 8th grade got to go to Snipes Farm, where they worked on a similar curriculum on farm animal life, food, plants, and animals. They got to pick blackberries off the bush and got to try them out. And the staff at Snipes Farm really went into what goes on where you plant it in the ground, you have to water it, and all that goes into making those foods. We did a walking trip this year for the 5th through 8th grade down to the Bristol Marsh. The Heritage Nature Conservancy out of Doylestown came down and explained to the students all about waterways. What goes into our rivers or what goes onto the streets go down into the sewers and goes out to our rivers and then out to the ocean. So they really explained the tidal waves and how pollution affects that. We continued our trips to the Grundy Library for the 1st through 4th grade. These students got to visit with the librarians, got to sit down and read books with our librarians, but also got to understand more about the library, how they go and find a book and then continue summer reading. Those librarians also came back into our program at the end of the camp to go over what they have been doing all summer long with reading. And then our last trip was to Court Creek Park. This was our 2nd year running it. It was a family day, a STEM and STEAM activity day, where we invited all the members of the families that participate in our program to come out for a little barbecue provided by the AOC and the Bristol Borough Council. And we had about 90 parents attend that trip. We did have athletic sessions, and our athletics were chosen by football or soccer, and then basketball and diamond sports. So the child got to pick what sport he or she would rather play. And then we hired coaches, 2 coaches per sport that specialize in that program that can write a curriculum-based instruction. The idea behind this is that if they ever want to move on to a different sport or a collegiate level or a travel level, that they have the fundamentals of the sport and are able to listen to instructions based on that sport. At the end of the summer, we had a culminating event, as Stacy said in the video. We had a staff-student basketball game for the older students, 5th through 8th grade, but then we also had a kickball game for the younger grades, 1st through 4th. And we had about 30 parents come out and watch that. So that was our first year running that, and we're hoping that our numbers and parents will increase next year. We had a performing arts section again for the second time. This year, the students participated in dancing, singing, acting theory, and visual arts provided by Village Arts out of New Jersey. We had a culminating event about the play Aladdin, where the students got to sing and act out scenes from that play. We had over 90 parents come out for that event, which is huge. The whole auditorium was packed. Briefly, I would like to talk about the outstanding things that happened at the middle school level. Not only did we have a huge camp this year at Snyder-Girardi, but our middle school, high school level was extreme. We had so many students come out and participate. It was outstanding. I would like to start out first with middle school remediation. We had 19 students participate that, recover some credits from middle school. And then we had high school credit recovery. We had 30 students participate. We had an athletic combine where the students got to come out and work in the weight room, but also do agility drills outside, kind of more like a college or a professional level combine. We had 48 students, which is huge for us, so that's about double our numbers from last summer. We had Garden Club, who took 3 field trips this year. Workforce Readiness, these are students with IEPs that got to work in the school with the janitorial staff and got to be paid through Bristol-Barrow School District, and they have huge accommodations through the janitors that will love to have them back throughout winter break and summer of next year. This year we implemented our first program called College Tours Trips. 10 students got to go on 4 separate trips to 8 different universities and get to see the colleges and all student life going on there. Our hopes is to continue this program throughout the school year so that you can see more student life while students are on campus. But an ongoing program nevertheless. We had History Club run again this year, who got to go on 5 trips with multiple destinations. And then we continued this year with Lead to Succeed at Bucks County Community College with 10 students, and that's an entrepreneurial program where they get to learn all about life skills and leadership skills. Excuse me. So lastly, I just want to give you an overview. At Snyder-Girardi, we had 211 students registered for our summer stream camp, with 150 average participants daily. We had 158 students at the middle school, high school level participate with us, and in total, that's roughly 260 students participating throughout the summer here in Bristol-Barrow. As I was talking about earlier, we had many field trips, but in total we had 19 separate field trips offered for Bristol-Barrow students this summer, which is a fantastic number to be able to get that many students out of the Barrow and to enjoy something outside of their normality. Like I said, I was 100 short. In total, we had roughly 360 Bristol-Barrow School District and St. Mark's students participate this summer. Which is outstanding. For students to come out at 8:30 in the morning at elementary or high school level and enjoy and willing to come back every single day, it's fantastic. But we could not do this without the support of the school board, the council, and our community partners, the AOC. And then the last thing I would like to speak about is the AOC's Fall Classic. They are a huge community partner to us. It's going to be on Saturday, November 23rd at the Bristol-Barrow Public Works Building from 6:30 to 10:30. This is a chance for us to honor community members here in Bristol-Barrow. One of them being Ron Walker, the Person of the Year, but also our fabulous teachers here in the district, as well as St. Mark's. We have teachers being honored, Dawn DeLuca at Snyder-Girardi. We have Bobby Moyer at the middle school level, Heather Krotochi at the high school level, and then Kathleen Chapman at St. Mark's Catholic School. There will be a student honored at this event too, but that student will not be announced until the student symposium on Wednesday. All proceeds from the Fall Classic go back to after-school and summer programs. That helps stuff as far as programs that the grant can't pay for, as well as food and other things such as the picnic that we offer. I would like to thank you again for having me out to speak all about summer programming here in Bristol Borough. We couldn't do it without you, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank Evan and Stacy for all the hard work that they put into our after-school and summer programs. They're here all the time. We have several meetings, and it's just, they're great people to work with. They do everything they can for the kids. So thank you again for all your efforts.
Very nice presentation.
Well done.
Just one question, if you don't mind. Were you guys at capacity, maximum capacity over the summer? Because we were just, please, yeah. We were just curious about St. Mark's being 5th through 8th grade, and if it was because you guys are maxed out as it is with kids.
Okay, so 5th through 8th grade is how it's written in the grant to be serviced. I would like to announce that we did receive a new grant, Cohort 10, who will be able to service the 1st through 4th grade at St. Mark's. So it will look separate than the Snyder-Girardi camp, and we're looking to have it at St. Mark's, and they will be able to service that grade level.
That's great.
We tend to go at 200 being capacity, but we like to service every kid that we can. It's just how the grant was written that we service 1st through 8th grade here at Snyder-Girardi, but we service 5th through 8th at St. Mark's.
Thank you.
And it is a goal for ours to get more participation out of St. Mark's students.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a question here. I mean, a statement anyhow. I couldn't see what was projected on that thing. I don't know whether my eyes are that bad or the projection's that bad or what's
Well, he
going
can
on.
send you, can you send that PowerPoint to Rose? Rose, if Evans, Evan, Rose, he can forward it to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's, I can't see it. And I don't know if it's just me or just everybody.
John,
I
can't
was
see
thinking
you
they
from
could
here.
project it right up here and we could see it right here.
Yeah, nah, that's reverse.
You know what it is? It's that light.
You gotta get on.
Shining down there, you can't see
You're
the.
still living it.
If it was darker.
Sure, I'll get the slides for you.
Yeah.
And any presentations that we have anymore, I'll try to get the slides ahead of time, so hand them out, so that way you can follow
Yeah,
along.
you got my email there.
Yep,
Yeah, thank you.
will do.
I can send over that slide, but I'll also have a Word doc that has all the information broken down into a itinerary.
Great.
Hey, Evan, I like to say, I watched your thing on council with you and Stacy, and you did a great job. And I want to applaud Kelly for providing the books to get these kids ahead. Right, I mean, when you're ahead, you're ahead. So, I mean, God bless Kelly for providing the books, and this is a really good program. It really is.
What do you have in mind for upcoming summers? Are you looking ahead now? Are you brainstorming?
As early as February for the next summer. So we always pick a different theme where our performing arts will rotate around. But we always try to build, and we love community feedback. So if there's any suggestions, we'd love to hear it and help grow this program. We're always looking to grow. There's never a time that we'd like this to stay. We always want to see improvement.
Are there any needs as far as space or equipment or anything that we might be able to help out with as far as our own property or?
You guys are all helpful. We always come to you when we have a suggestion or an idea, and you guys are more than willing to help us out. So if there's ever a situation where I need help, I'm more than willing to reach out to you. When we go through our superintendent or our principal, who are always willing to help us,
Great.
ready for our call at any time. So we really
That's
appreciate
great.
that at 21st century level.
Very good. Thank you.
Any extra help they just.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, moving forward, some things for the superintendent's report. The Community Engagement Committee of Bristol Borough will be kicking off a Did You Know campaign that highlights facts about the school district. So I've been working with Craig Whitaker and getting some facts together, and you'll see them on different businesses, on the signs that they have on the side of the businesses that flash different messages. So there'll be a Did You Know message, and it'll talk about how many of our students have are going to a four-year college, different programs that kids are going into the community college to take classes, all those kinds of things. I'm working with him to kind of get that message out and bring a broader base to the knowledge that we have in the community about the school district. So that should be coming up shortly, so look for those on the signs, and I'll let you know when the first one's going to go up, but I know it's going up relatively soon. We are also updating our Facebook page. Right now, there is a high school, middle school communications page, and we're in the process of changing it to the Bristol Borough School District communications page. And that will be the broad overview of the school district. So Heather Quattrochi and I have been working on that. We were working this week, and we're in the process of getting that updated. There are some things that, when you're working with Facebook, you have to put in requests to change things, and so we're kind of working out the bugs and all that, but it should be up and running and good to go in the next week. And but we're still putting things on there that people send. So if there's anything going on in the community or anything in the school district, we are using that page, and we're making it solely a page to communicate with the public, and not necessarily a page where you're asking questions. The public can ask questions, because what happens is there's not somebody who's monitoring that all the time. So we want to make sure that if a parent has a question, that they can get that question answered. So we're referring to them, please call either the district office or the building offices, or send an email so we can get back a little quicker than a Facebook page. Because there is always somebody at the phones, but there's not necessarily always somebody looking at that page all day long. So we want to put that out to the community as well, that we're going to be sharing information on there. But please call if you have any questions or concerns. The Bristol Athletic Alumni Association recently awarded over $3,000 in grants to the school district teachers for innovative classroom projects. There were 7 grants that were fulfilled, and we'd like to thank them very much for their efforts and their help and support of the school district. They will have another round in the spring, but this was the fall round, so it was a little over $3,000, and we'd like to thank them for that. There's some great projects that maybe don't cost a lot of money, but that little extra bit helps get these things off the ground, and they did a fabulous job, and we appreciate all of their help with those. Our elementary students were honored on Friday, October 4th, in our monthly Student of the Month and Citizen of the Month and Perfect Attendance Day assembly. So we had a lot of students who were down there, and just about everybody walked out with a certificate of some kind or another. A lot of perfect attendance. I was very proud of the students at the elementary school for their attendance. We got to keep that up in October, November, and all the way through the school year, and keep our kids coming to school on a daily basis and really showing their citizenship and their pride in the school and what it is that they do here. So the elementary people work very, very hard. Bobby does a wonderful job, and Kelly just keeping all of that moving and keeping that positive behavior support program up and running, and really being the showcase here at the elementary school. So I thank them very much for all of their efforts. At the high school level, homecoming took place on Friday. It was a great homecoming celebration. It was well run. I believe we have the king here in our presence tonight. So congratulations.
Never do that.
Congratulations to Sal for being the king. Good job. And Rebecca Alamo was the queen. She could not join us today, but Sal is here representing the royal couple. So thank you so much, Sal. And it was a great event.
Can Sal get up there? Can we see Sal? Get up to the
Stand
podium,
up.
There you go,
Sal.
Sal. They would like to.
Get up. Maybe you'll get a free bird.
They need to know
who
who their king is around here.
Provided
So.
for the school board. There you go.
There you go.
Sal, where's your camera?
So, we had author Jeremy Urich visit Schneider on Friday, October 11th, and present to the students in grades K through 6. He's the author of several books, one of them being Super Sammy Saves the Day. So we had an author come in and work with our children, which is a wonderful example of that literacy piece that we have in that connection. All students in grades 10 and 11 took the PSAT yesterday, so we're waiting for those results to come back, and so that was nice that we got everybody in there and get their feet wet on those SAT exams. Fire Prevention Week took place the week of October 7th. The Bristol Borough Fire Department came in and presented to all the students in grades K to 4. Students were also able to check out the fire trucks after the assembly, and we are very grateful to the support of the local fire department for coming in and doing that for our students. So thank you very much to them. Tomorrow, students in our gifted program will perform a skit at the Grundy Library in honor of Bristol Day. And some of our high school students are also involved in Bristol Day as volunteers to do the house tours. So you may see them down during Bristol Day doing some volunteer work. So thank you to all our students who help participate in this event. The Fab Lab, which is the STEM lab through the IU, will be coming the week of October 28th to the school district. So we're going to have the elementary kids going through the Fab Lab, and it exposes them to equipment and some STEM things that we don't have access to here. It was through an IU grant, and so we're very excited to have that coming at the end of the month. And Bristol Borough also has a night at Barnes & Noble coming up this Tuesday, October 22nd at 6 o'clock, so community can go out and support the school district at Barnes & Noble. And there's also one final thing, the Wellness Fair is going to be coming next week, October 24th from 6:30 to 8:30 at the elementary school. It's free to all families and students. We have 24 different vendors coming to the Wellness Fair. So it should be a really big event. We're hoping the community comes out and supports the event. And this is an effort of All Our Children, which is a combination of a lot of the different organizations that help support our students here and our greater community. So I'd like to thank them for all the work that they've put into this. And let's get a nice participation out there next week and kind of bring the community together over wellness. So there's lots of things going on. Kids Corner, all sorts of different demos and free food. Free food is always a good thing. Mental health and wellness vendors, and then all of your local fire truck police, football, field hockey teams, cheerleaders. So we're getting everybody out there, so please come out and join us and participate in the Wellness Fair next week on the 24th from 6:30 to 8:30. That is all I have.
Thank you.
Rose, excuse me. How is this advertised? Just by these things getting sent home with their parents, or?
These are being sent home. We have it posted on our Facebook page. We also have it posted on the website, and then we're going to be doing robocalls. One on the weekend, on Sunday,
Right.
and the next one the day before the event. So kind of just remind
How about on our
parents.
channel too? Is it on our channel?
I believe it's on our channel as well, but if it's not, we'll make sure that it's up there.
You get the text messages now?
If you could, Evan left, but I know that would be something that maybe we could reach out to him to kind of reach out to that group of 200 or so kids and parents that he had.
Sure.
Because that's probably, they overlap, so if you could, if you reach out to, I know you're going to do the robocall, reach out to him and see if they can somehow have a list, or maybe they can make some calls, because we really want to get this place full. It's a lot of things, good things, and so.
We talked about some door prizes too, so
Yes, okay,
I think that's in the works.
okay, good, great.
It's a good draw. All right, routine, public participation, forgot where we were. Anybody want to get up and speak on anything?
Sal?
Want to go to the podium,
We got someone else?
please?
I didn't know. Maybe the homecoming king had something to say.
My name is Jim Lake, and I live in the East Ward on Trenton Avenue, and I've come here to ask your help. My background was in human resources, and part of my job was organizational development, which is a fancy way of saying how to improve an organization. And I began thinking about Bristol as an organization, and when I put some thought into it, I realized that Bristol can be presented as a group, a combined group of organizations. For example, the Borough Council and the mayor would be the central group. The next group would be the school board. And then after that, it would be other paid departments, like the police department, the fire department. And then after that, the teachers in the schools, and then the school students. And that's the group that I want to ask your help with. When I go for walks, almost every day, I walk the path. And when I'm walking the path, I'm picking up litter. Like, I can take a bag, like an Acme plastic bag, and I can fill that bag with litter. Plastic bottles, potato chip bags, napkins, whatever. And I'm thinking, if we can convince the students of Bristol that the quality of a town, one way to measure that is how neat is it? And that was one of the measures we used when I worked in the factories. Neatness was one of the standards. And if we can use that standard for Bristol by getting the leaders or the children in the schools who are most looked up to by other students. Let's say you're in an elementary school. The students you most admire are the stars on the football team. If they came into your class, it was a big deal. And high school students, perhaps they would look up to this gentleman here. If he got up and spoke and said, look, let's keep Bristol neat. Let's not litter. Let's pick up 1, 2, or 3 pieces of litter every day when we're walking the path. And if we can do that, we can make Bristol a shining example all through the town. And it's something that can be done if people such as this gentleman and the athletes agree to go and speak before the students in classroom by classroom. Let's keep Bristol neat. Let's not litter. Let's throw the trash in the trash cans. And if we see a piece of litter, let's pick up 1, 2, or 3, whatever number they want to pick up, and throw that in the trash. Like for myself, I pick up to 5 pieces of litter a day, sometimes without the bag. I can get 3 or 4 cups and 2 to 4 tops in the top of the open cups from Wawa. And that's what I'm asking for, is if somehow you can get to these student leaders and ask them, would they please address the students in the elementary schools and also their peer students in high school to keep Bristol neat?
I was just going to say, I agree with you, Mr. Lake, and I think the peer is exactly, that's the right word. It's like a peer-to-peer influence, and I think having this gentleman here is a really good thing because it's a perfect example. I'm sure that, there can be something done in school to help influence, some
Sure.
of the kids that are a little more popular.
They're using that path all the time to get around. And it is a reflection of the community when you drive through, if there's trash on the ground or litter
Yeah.
and all that. I agree.
And it can be improved,
Yeah, I can-
So anyway, that's all I have to ask for. So I thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Mr. Lake.
Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Routine monthly business? Okay, item 5, under routine monthly business. Item A, I make a motion to approve the minutes of September 19th, 2019. Item B, I make a motion to approve the list of bills for October 2019. And item C, I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report for September 2019.
Second, Mr. Chicoletti, thank you. Questions on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Item 6, new business. Item A, approve to advertise for bids for the high school pole barn project.
We have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chicoletti. Any questions, comments? No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Okay, this should be item 7, personnel. Item A, approve the appointment of the following cafeteria staff, certified at $14.30 per hour with no benefits as per negotiated agreement, effective the 2019-2020 school year. Jamie Harrison.
Second. Second, Mr. Chicoletti. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Motion
I have a
carries.
question.
Questions?
What's the amount?
$14.30.
I'm showing 1017.
Well, we amended it in executive session.
Okay, is there a different title for this position?
Yeah, it's
Certified.
She's
From
certified.
non-certified to certified.
I didn't, okay,
Non-certified would be
Yeah.
1017, yeah.
okay.
Okay. Item B, approve the resignation of Kathy Harding, matron, due to retirement, effective October 31, 2019. Kathy has been with the school district for 21 years.
Second.
Second, Mr. Cullen. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Item C, approve the appointment of the following as an extended daily substitute, salary and benefits as per master agreement, effective immediately. Kristen Malloy.
Second. Second, Mr. Chicoletti. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Your representative? Anything tonight?
Is that November?
No, October.
This
This coming
October?
Monday.
I don't have to golf, but I mean, okay, so where did the proceeds go?
To the IU Education Foundation, and then grants are, distributed among the teachers who supply, whether it's different equipment or for field trips.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's hard. Do you get a lot of teachers that want to do it, but it's hard with, being on a Monday, it's hard. You don't get the substitutes, you can't cover it, right? Because I know in Bristol, you'd probably have at least 16 or 20 teachers that would do it. But being on a Monday, you can't.
Suggested originally it was scheduled for a date in July, and we got a lot of rain.
Yeah.
May,
Yeah.
June, and I don't know exactly the details of what happened with Doylestown Country Club, if they came to us, or we went to
Yeah.
them, and then it was postponed.
But
I'll definitely mention to
Yeah, because, a Monday is hard, because, you only have so many subs in each school. The teachers just can't take off.
Well, I think that most of the reason that they do that is the country clubs are closed on Mondays, and they allow the golf
Yeah.
outings there at that point in
Yeah,
time.
and the other thing, Al, is it's, that foundation is kind of like the BAA. In other words, it's a group, and it's not really
Okay.
asking teachers. They have a lot of good sponsors
So you already
that really
have your
come.
people.
And they,
Yeah.
most of it is, certainly if a teacher wanted to take a day off in golf, but it's similar to what the BAA does, and they raise money, and then they say, okay, some of the teachers say, we need art books for the class, or we need, drawing supplies, stuff like that, and then they assess them and they give them out. So,
Yeah, I know, like the BAA came to me, and I cut one of the guys' hair. He was telling me, I said, if you let me know a month in advance, maybe we could, do something. If the teachers do want to go, maybe we can get subs to fill in, but it has to be pre-planned. You just can't take off. You know what I mean? But with enough advance notice, you never know. Things work. So, thank you. This IU thing really runs smooth. You know what I mean? I talk about it all the time. to my barber shop. It really does. You really do a great job. Right on Pond Street.
Open one day.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Big Al's been around a long time. He survived. Yeah. Sal, you're a testament, right? Homecoming King? Yes. Yes. Don't worry. Okay, what do you
All
else
set?
need? I'm good. Whatever. What do you need?
Mr. Polyafco, any comments?
No,
at the end of the meeting?
I'm good, thank you.
Any more time?
I got all mine in.
Mr. Chicaletti? Nothing tonight. Thank you. Mr. D'Angelo?
I just want to say one thing about the Fab Lab. So a lot of times it's been kind of a misconception that it's a mobile unit that comes and the kids kind of get on it, and really what it is, it brings all the equipment. So there's all kind of there's a couple 3D printers. There's some label and vinyl cutters. And so it's a whole bunch of equipment that they pack into the van, and I imagine they'll bring it, Kelly, where do they bring it in here? They're gonna, and so this whole area back there, I guess, will be set up, but it's not like a Winnebago that comes and everybody gets on, and that's kind of been the perception. But I'll tell you, if you anybody from the community, if you get a chance to come see, they come, they unload it, it'll be here probably for almost the full week, right? And come and check it out. It's really, really impressive. And so I just wanted to clarify that. But other than that, that's it.
Thank you. Mr. Cullen?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Kathy Harding for 21 years of service at our school district and her hardworking dedication to our district. I'd just like to thank her for her 21 years of service.
Mr. Rusin?
I have nothing.
Dr. Manade?
I have nothing at this point.
Mr. Solicitor? Nothing. Kelly?
No, thank you.
I have nothing. Just, there's a lot of great things going on, and it's nice to see that the students are getting so engaged. Seems like there's 100 things going on at once, so
Absolutely.
that's good to hear.
A lot of good things.
Yeah. Next public meeting is Thursday, November 21st. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Second.